Hello everyone, my name is Josh Trojan. I'm a 5th year architecture student as well as part of the SOTA tutor team, and today I'm going to be giving you guys just a brief overview of the Autodesk program AutoCAD. So when I open up AutoCAD 2020, this is the screen that I'm presented with. As you can see here at the bottom, there are two tabs: the Create tab, which AutoCAD will bring you to by default, as well as the Learn tab. So if I were to click on the Learn tab, it will open up an assortment of tutorials that AutoCAD has created in order to get you off your feet and started with the program. So that's just a resource I'd like to highlight for you guys as well. I'm going to go back to the Create tab, and as you see here, I have the ability to open up recent documents I've been working with, as well as a variety of templates. But for this video, I'm just going to go to No Template Imperial. Click on that, and that opens up my drawing. So as you can see here in the drawing area, there is no grid lines. If I want to make those grid lines visible, I can go down here to the status bar and click Display Drawing Grid. I'm just going to turn that on. So now you can see my grid is visible. Additionally, I can change the spacing of the minor and major grid lines. So I can just go down here to the command bar and type in grid, click enter, and then this will allow me to change the snap as well as the major and minor grid lines. So if I want to change, let's say there's the major grid lines, I'll just click on major, and as you can see right now, each major grid line is placed every 5 units. If I want to see that every 10 units, I'll just type in 10, click enter, and you can see that changes that from 5 to 10. So right now we don't know what units we're drawing in. I always like to check that out before I start drawing in AutoCAD, just so I don't run into scaling issues at the end, because that can get kind of sticky. So I'll just go down here to the command bar and I'll type in units, click enter, and right now it looks like we are drawing in inches, so I can change that to whatever I want. For right now, let's go to feet and select that. And also here I can change the precision with which I'm drawing with, as well as the measurements and how they're displayed, either in decimal form or fraction form. So I'll just click OK there. So if I go up here to the top, we have the ribbon. There are different tabs here at the top. Under the Home tab, we have the Draw panel and the Modify panel, as well as a couple others. Today, we're just going to be going through the Draw and the Modify tabs. So if I want to start drawing a line, as you can see here, it's not locking to any of the grid lines. If I want to make it lock to the grid lines, I can go down here to the status bar, click Snap Mode On, so that will start snapping the line to the grid points. And to place an endpoint, I can just click, and then to end the command, I can just click Escape, and that will end the command. If I want to select the object, I can just left click and drag, and that will select it, and I can delete it. I'm going to turn off the snap to drawing grid. Also, when I'm drawing, I can lock or restrict the cursor orthogonally, so that'll only allow me to draw along the X or Y axes there. So I'm just going to click Escape, take that off. I can also restrict the cursor to the specified angles, so right now it's at every increment of 30 degrees. So if I go to line, you can see that it'll kind of align it every 30 degrees. Oh, got to turn that on. Yep, so then you can see it aligns it every 30 degrees, so 30, 60. Just drawing aid to help you draw precisely and efficiently. So I'm going to click Escape. As you can see here, the drawing scale is 1:1. I usually draw at a scale of 1:1. And then when I want to publish or print it, you can always change that in the layout tabs, which is where you'll see your piece of paper as well as your viewport. If I go up here to the top left, I can change the view of the drawing. So I can go bottom left, right, whatever. So that's the right view. I'm going to go back to top. I can also change the display option to be a variety of different things up there. So let's go to the draw panel, select line. So if I want to create a line that is 10 feet long, I can just go 10, type in 10, enter, and there I've created a line. If I want, let's go over to the modify panel. So if I want to move that line, I can click move up here, select the line, click enter, and then I can choose the point that I want to move it from. So let's say I want to move this corner to this grid point. I can go down here quick, turn on snap to grid. Actually, I'm going to turn that off quick. I'm going to select this. Going to select this endpoint, click snap to grid, and I can move that there. Additionally, the hotkey is MO for move. If you just type MO, click, if I just go down here and click, you guys can't see that. I go down here and just do move, select it, enter, and then I can move it. Also, if I press spacebar, it'll bring up the last used command. So you see it'll bring up move, select this, and move it again. If I want to just copy that simple line that I've made, I can just click copy or type in CO, select the object, click enter, and then I can choose the point that I want to copy from. So let's say I want to copy it from this side. So I'm just going to click here and I can copy that as many times as I want. So just click escape to end that command, click and drag to delete that. Now let's create a polyline. So a polyline is basically just an assortment of lines that AutoCAD reads as one line. So I'm just going to go here. If I want to line up endpoints, I can just take my cursor, go to this line down here, drag up. Let's see. I'm going to turn on. Endpoint is turned on. Okay. So we're going to go line. I can go here, go to this corner, drag over, and that will align it with this endpoint here. So I can just click that, and you see if I click this, it's a polyline. This was a separate polyline that I created, but if I wanted to go polyline like this quick, you can see that line isn't straight because I'm going quick here. But if I click on that, it reads it as one line. So there we go. Also, I can create circles here. So I can click how I want to draw that circle. If I want to draw it using the radius, the diameter, 2-point, 3-point, tangent, whatever. I'm just going to go radius, and let's make it radius of 5 feet. Radius of 5. There we go. So there's my circle. Let's just say we got a line right here. So if I wanted to, let's say, mirror this circle, I'm just going to click mirror. Or I could go MI for the hotkey. I'm going to select that circle, click enter. So specify first point of mirror line. So that's going to ask me to identify what line I want to mirror it across. I want to mirror it across this line right here. So I'm just going to click this point, and then the second point, and that. Oh, I clicked escape there by accident. So we're just going to go MI, select the circle, enter, first point of the line, second point of the line, click, and then I can either choose to erase the source object or not erase it. So if I erase it, it will mirror it across the line and delete the circle that I have currently selected. So let's just try this out for you guys. Let's click yes. So as you see there, my original circle disappeared. The circle was mirrored the same distance from the circle of the line across that line, and it deleted the source. Let's go over the rotate tool. So if I want to rotate this line I have here, I can go up here to the rotate button, or I can just use the hotkey RO, click enter, select the object, click enter, specify base point, so that is the point, and then I can rotate it whichever way I want. So let's say I want to rotate it 17 degrees. So type in 17, click enter, and that'll rotate that 17 degrees from where it was. Let's say we have two lines that intersect here. So let's go like that. So these two lines intersect here. If I want to trim off this little area of this line right here, I can go to the trim up here or use the hotkey TR. So let's just click this. So it'll ask me to select objects. So I'm just going to select both objects, click enter, and then it'll ask me to select object to trim. So if I want to trim this piece off, I can click that. If I want to trim this piece off this line, I'll just select that. Right now, we're going to take this little piece off of here, so I'll just click that, and that trims it off. So I'll just click enter, click enter, and as you can see, that trimmed that little portion off of there. Let's see. Also, we can draw arcs. So there's a variety of different arcs you can draw, or a variety of different ways you can draw arcs. 3-point start, center, end. All these. We're just gonna go start, center, end. So let's just go like this. Start, center, and then I can choose where I want it to end. So let's say I want to end at 90. So that will create this circle here. If I want to, let's say I want to scale this, so I'm just going to select it. I can go to scale. I can specify the point from which to scale, so I'll click that. And if I go to the center point here, it'll just scale it to what it was. If we want to make it twice as big, we'll just go here, and that scaled it twice as large there. So another tool up here is Fillet. If I want to fillet, I will click on it. Move this, click on that. So I can select the radius that I want to fillet it at. So let's say I want to fillet it at a radius of 0.5. So I'll click 0.5, I'll type in 0.5, enter, and then it'll ask me to select the first object, so I'll select this line, and then it'll ask me to select the second object, so I'll select this line, and what that'll do is that'll fillet that at a radius of 0.5 feet. So you can see it makes that clean line there. If I want to join this arc and these two lines here, I can just select all of that, go down to the command bar, type join, enter, and that will turn that into one object. So let's say I want to array this object in a grid of equal spacing. So I'll go to array, up here at the top, click array, I'll select this object, click enter, and then up here on the ribbon, it'll allow me to change the columns and the rows, so I can figure out how many of these I want. So let's say I want a grid that is 3 by 3. So I'll go over here to columns. Right now there's 4 columns. So I'll just change that from 4 to 3, click enter, and now I have a 3x3 grid of those objects. I can also adjust the spacing in between each object. So this is especially helpful for laser cutting. You want to make sure everything's as tight as you can, so you're not wasting material. So columns, the space in between columns, let's go 50. Click enter. Oh, that's too tight. They're overlapping. So let's try 100. That's still pretty close. Let's try 125. Okay, that's not terrible. And then we can change the space between the rows. So let's go 125 for that as well. So now you can see I have an array. I've created this grid. If I click close array, that'll kind of finalize the array that I've created. So the whole array is considered one object now. So if I want to separate all these objects from each other, I can just select them all, go down here to the command bar, and I'll just type explode. And that lets you access each one of these objects individually. If you want to explode it further, you can select it, click explode, enter, and that separates out the lines from the arcs. Up here we have the eraser tool. That can be helpful, so I click on erase. Whatever line you click will disappear. So I'll click those two, that object. Let's say I want to delete that object, and you just click enter, and that'll all disappear. Yep, and also this button up here is a way to access explode as well. I can offset lines. So let's say let's create a rectangle. So I'm going to create a rectangle over here, and that is considered one object there. So if I want to offset the border of this rectangle, I can just click the object, and then I can specify the distance. So let's say we want to go 12. Oh, and by the way, if I click shift, that'll lock it orthogonally, so that'll allow me to only go X or Y axis. So I'm just going to hold shift, and then I can move my cursor to, let's go 12. Click that, select the object, click one more time, and that offsets this rectangle. So AutoCAD is also useful for creating for laser cutting model materials. It allows you to create very clean lines and complex shapes. If you're looking for the template to cut something out using the laser cutter, you can just go to Google NDSU laser cutter template, click on that, and it'll be the first result up here. So I can click that, and then it brings up the AutoCAD and Revit template. So I'm just going to click on AutoCAD, and that allows me to download it. So I'm just going to click save, and if I open that up, this will be the size of the laser bed. So that's 32 by 18. So this is basically just a plug to get laser certified. If you haven't gotten laser certified, please contact Ben Bernard, and you guys can coordinate a time that works for both of you. Just keep in mind, if you are looking to get laser certified, and you know some of your friends are as well, please coordinate with them and try to put together a group so that Ben's not running around trying to certify everyone at once. So yeah, just keep in mind, you are by no means allowed to use a laser cutter unless you have been laser cutter certified. And if you are interested in that, please contact Ben Bernard. So I'm just going to show you guys some things that I've made using the laser cutter. This is my high-rise model. I use the laser cutter to cut out all these floor plates here, so you can see they're all very clean cut lines. So the laser cutter is fast and, or I wouldn't say fast, but it's a lot faster than cutting out precise individual shapes than it would be on your own. So that's the high-rise model. You can see I use that for all the floor plates. Also, third year, I created this model using the laser cutter. Allows you to create very, this was hand cut here, but it allows you to create window mullions and stuff like that. That's very precise and very thin and very hard to do by hand. So that's all we're going to go over for today. I hope you guys found this video somewhat helpful. If you have anything you'd like to see in these videos in the future, please feel free to email me. I'll type my email in here using the text. So my email is joshua.trojan@ndsu.edu. So if you have anything you'd like to see in future videos, please feel free to email me. I'll do my best to help you guys out. Otherwise, I hope you guys all have a great day and take care.